Finally, some good news. India is making
Correct.
records in the right space. The only T20 batsman to have back-to-back hundreds. The only wicket keeper in T20s to have 200s.
Yes, yes. After the disaster of a whitewash that we recently had, I
Hmm.
think something to cheer about was required and was delivered,
Yes.
and
और कुछ
delivered well.
अनवांटेड records नहीं बने. ऐसे बने जो हमें पसंद है.
करेक्ट करेक्ट। और ये वर्ल्ड कप की जो हमारी टीम थी उसमें से lot of key players were missing in this, but
Yes.
from even from the South African side, so let's not, I mean ऐसा नहीं है कि, तो it was actually a level playing field
But I
because
would still say by and large South Africa की top strength team थी by and large.
बाल
रबाडा और
रबाड़ा नहीं था,
रबाडा और निगड़ी छोड़ के बाकी
शम्सी भी नहीं था,
हाँ. But I would say केशव महाराज more than
Keshav Maharaj was there obviously, but
yeah.
in fact, I thought for a while he might be the key, but I think they did not use him well. Anyway, we'll come to that because they won the toss. They decided that they will go first, as in bowl. और फिर स्पिनर को क्यों लिया, जबकि if your mindset is कि आपको bowlers को help मिलने वाली है, then you had the bowlers who could do it.
Yes.
कोची ने काफी लेट आके विकेट्स लिए, पर तब तक आई थिंक डैमेज हो चुका था. सैमसन हैड completely blasted them. He
Yes.
had done the job जो पहले 6 ओवर में I would
Clean
say
hitting.
yeah,
Absolute clean hitting.
clean, yeah, powerful, clean hitting, and he was also, ऐसा नहीं है कि he was getting into, अगर एक आध पहली विकेट इतनी जल्दी नहीं गिरी, बट गिरने के बाद वो एक डर रहता है कि शेल में चले जाएंगे, वो भी नहीं हुआ.
नहीं, आई थिंक वो तो थ्रू आउट नहीं हुआ.
वो थ्रू आउट ही नहीं हुआ. यस,
इनफैक्ट इतना ज्यादा ब्रेवाडो चल रहा था कि हम लोग आइडियली वी शुड हैव रीच्ड टू 40 to 50.
या दे वर टॉकिंग अबाउट इट. मैं सोच ही रहा था कि यार
We were 40 runs short.
इनफैक्ट लास्ट टाइम सैमसन गॉट 100 बांग्लादेश था, बट वी मेड 297.
Yes, yes,
तो
yes.
इस बार में not that you can do it every time, but possibility तो रहती है, and why not, you know, you always get that optimism कि है कर लेंगे यार, फिर से शायद ये बार 300 भी कर दे, you know, last time वो 2 रन से रह गया.
I think वरुण चक्रवर्ती और बिश्नोई को भी थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया because there is no one else breathing down the neck. अब वो पता है कि अश्विन नहीं है, जडेजा नहीं है, यूजी चहल नहीं है, बस यही है. तो एक कहीं ना कहीं उनके माइंड में आ गया कि अब हम ही है स्पिनर.
Yes,
You know कि एटलीस्ट और कुछ नहीं तो ये पूरी सीरीज तो हम ही खेलेंगे. And I think that confidence reflected in Samson also. वो बांग्लादेश 100 I think was very critical. That helped him here because I think वो रिलैक्स था कि कोई भी ओपनर नहीं आने वाला. ये पूरे 3 मैच मेरे हैं. मैं 0-0 भी बनाऊं तो भी तीसरा मैच भी मेरा है.
मेरा ही है. करेक्ट करेक्ट. Yeah, that's, and but you know, thinking about that, और कोई नहीं है. अक्षर पटेल मुझे दिखाई नहीं. You know, I was like, he's there in the game. I know.
Bowling दिया नहीं.
Bowling. तो आई एम वंडरिंग समवन लाइक अक्षर पटेल, वो बैटिंग के लिए आया था बाहर, बट वो कुछ इतना कुछ खास, ठीक है, was not required for that, but and when spinners were doing well, where was he? Why was he not? There was like a mystery.
Both of them were doing so well कि उसको चांस ही नहीं मिला. Both of them were doing so well.
Even after the 15th over, I thought maybe they're saving him for, you know, the death overs, agar game close ho gaya or something like that. But after the 15th over also, they did not, you know.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't. I thought he might be coming in for 16 and 19 or something like that. 2 over तो करा लेते, 3 चलो full quota of overs. Sometimes you know.
I think as T20 में looking at him more so after that final as a batsman who can bowl than the other way around.
Well, whichever way they are looking at him, but I mean, we know that for a fact that he is a bowling all-rounder. Batting तो उसका bonus है. So, or if you think that नहीं ठीक है, अच्छा चलो, if you have Varun Chakravarthy, you have on the other end Bishnoi doing well, तो 3 spinner मत लो फिर. You know, there is another way to look at it also. Get another, because yesterday, if you notice, the fast bowling did not. Obviously, because now Hardik Pandya was a support bowler, but he did not click. Yeah, I mean, yesterday Hardik Pandya did not click. Both batting he could not do much. But ठीक है, job was done. By the time he came, उसका काम यही था कि try and hit as much. Right. So he got out, which is fair enough. You know, he might have probably played the game differently अगर early wickets would have gone and he would have come up. But bowling भी उसकी चल नहीं रही थी. That time I thought maybe you should try Akshar, because anyway spinners are doing well from both the sides. Maybe they will
in the next couple of matches. I think maybe they don't want to use all their resources. जब चल रहा है ठीक, जब खत्म हो रहा है मैच तो खत्म होने दो.
Hmm.
I think clinical थे कल India,
There
which
were,
is good.
yeah, there were from South Africa side. There were a couple of debutants were there, so that also benefit of first game lack of experience. That also I would give it to them,
Yeah.
but very unimpressive. I think N Peter. I am very his name is very difficult to pronounce. He's N Peter is the best way to
Mhm.
and the fast bowler. But for
But
a
they can come back. Stubbs, Markram, Miller,
of course,
Klassen, Jansen भी बैट कर लेता है. Rickleton. I think they'll come back. ऐसा
Rickleton was a bad luck. He got out, but I thought Klassen was out of
out of form, out of touch
he was out
completely.
of touch. He was looking little because that's not how he bats. That's not how he Miller. He takes his time and then he gets into it, and also that's fine. But Klassen is the kind of batsman he comes and historically, पहले ball से in a T20 match, he's always like an attacking player. But yes, yesterday he was a little.
Sometimes I think it also happens कि सामने वाली टीम सोचती है बुमराह नहीं, शामी नहीं, सिराज नहीं, अश्विन नहीं, जडेजा नहीं, कुलदीप नहीं. This is a very hittable bowling attack. I think when you see Arshdeep, Avesh, Hardik, Bishnoi, Varun, Chakravarthy, Akshar, I mean, if you were to tell me 8 months back that ऐसा bowling attack आता है, I would say भाई पिटेंगे, बुरी तरह पिटेंगे.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think maybe sometimes that helps because these are all guys who have done well in IPL. All of them.
All of them.
ये सब स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट है, इन सबको ये खेल चुके हैं. सिर्फ इंटरनेशनल एक्सपीरियंस उतना नहीं है, बट अगर आप देखो तो अर्शदीप इज ऑलरेडी जस्ट 5-6 विकेट्स अवे फ्रॉम बीइंग द हाईएस्ट विकेट टेकर फॉर इंडिया इन T20 इंटरनेशनल. हमको पता भी नहीं चला वो 50 प्लस मैचेस खेल चुका है. अक्षर को आप वेटरन कैटेगरी में डालोगे अभी T20 में ऑलरेडी.
Absolutely. Yeah, compared to the current.
पता चला है बिश्नोई ऑलरेडी 25 प्लस मैच खेल चुका है. हमको स्ट्राइक ही नहीं हुआ. सो व्हाट वी आर, these are all reasonably experienced T20 players who sometimes get away with the fact कि सामने वाला सोचता है कि we can hit through them.
Yeah.
That is
In
mistake
fact,
usually
on
make.
that note, every time you see Varun Chakravarthy, ऐसा लगता है कि he's already somebody who's played like 50 matches, 100 matches. The
हाँ.
confidence that he bowls with, the way he, even
खेला वो
body
10
language,
मैचेस सिर्फ.
yeah. But
खेल
body language ऐसा है कि it looks like अरे इसको तो he knows the format.
खेल के 7-8 साल हो गए ना.
Yeah,
वो कॉन्फिडेंस. अच्छा, कोलकाता उसको बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस देता है.
that is
KKR का वो की प्लेयर है अभी भी. I think they have retained him. So
yes.
he is very confident that way. So I think actually all of them. Bishnoi को तुम देखो when he is at his run up, full of confidence, full of swag. आज संजू सैमसन तो मतलब anyway वो 33 मैचेस खेल भी चुका है T20s, but he's been up and around for years. Surya is there. So एक तरीके से टीम नई है, but उतनी भी नई नहीं है. Purely in terms of exposure to international players, and therefore they are not. और प्लस आई थिंक रिसेंट लॉसेस का इस टीम का कोई बैगेज नहीं है क्योंकि इस टीम में अक्षर के अलावा कोई था ही नहीं उस सीरीज में, और अक्षर ने भी एक मैच खेला नहीं. सो आई थिंक दैट कॉन्फिडेंस वाज रिफ्लेक्टिंग इन द वे दे वर.
So coming back to Aksar, since you brought him up, I'm wondering he was warming the benches in the Test series also. कल भी उसको लिया लेकिन bowling नहीं दी. So what is the thinking management की तरफ से? Is there a diktat or what is it कि इसको bowling करो? ये bowler है वो. आपने उसको टेस्ट सीरीज में यूज नहीं किया जब आपकी जरूरत थी तभी भी.
आई थिंक दे वर वरीड लेफ्ट हैंडर्स थे तो मे बी उसको रखा होगा बाद में के लिए. एंड देन फिर बाद में इतना अच्छा बॉलिंग हो गया दैट दे आई थिंक थॉट दे विल कंप्लीट द कोटा ऑफ ओवर्स फ्रॉम द स्पिनर्स. एंड इनिशियली उन लोग ने फास्ट बॉलर्स का ज्यादा कोटा यूज कर लिया कि बाद में मार पड़ेगी उससे पहले अभी खत्म कर दो बिकॉज विकेट्स आर फॉलोइंग लेट. सो आई डोंट थिंक वैसा कुछ होगा. इट्स जस्ट दैट द विकेट्स एवरीवन गॉट आउट एंड दे रन आउट ऑफ ओवर्स टू गिव हिम. See, also they're playing players with who are multi-utility in this. तो किसी न किसी का bowling तो रहेगा, रह ही जाएगा. I think in this case it happened to be Akshar, but अगर धुलाई हो जाती बिश्नोई की है उसकी तो I think पक्का आता वो.
How big a blunder was South Africa starting off with spinners after winning the toss?
अभी देखो इस जिस तरह का परफॉर्मेंस हमने घर पे दिया while this team wasn't playing that test series, सबको लगेगा India is going to not be comfortable. I don't know if you saw KL Rahul's being clean bowled between his legs yesterday.
Yes.
It is one of the most embarrassing dismissals
Most
from an Indian batsman ever लास्ट मुझे बड़ी हंसी आती थी जब मैं शेन वॉर्न ने बासित अली को जो बिटवीन द लेग्स बोल्ड किया था,
करेक्ट।
बट वो बहुत बढ़िया बॉल थी
बट
और वो सामने एक
वो
लेजेंड था,
पीछे से था, नहीं
पीछे से था,
पीछे से था।
ये एक घटिया
क्या
बॉल थी जो पैरों के बीच में से वो बोल्ड हो गया। सो आई थिंक वर्ल्ड ओवर जो कॉन्फिडेंस लोगों को आ गया है कि इंडिया के खिलाफ स्पिनर्स को हम यूज करेंगे, मे बी दिस इज एन आउटकम ऑफ दैट। केशव महाराज एनीवे इज अ डिसेंट बॉलर, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, इतना बुरा नहीं है, ही मेक्स अ सिंसियर एफर्ट, इज अ वेरी bowler with a lot of character. The results may not always show it, but he's a very decent, big-hearted fellow. So maybe they must have started because of that. And I think they know that Abhishek Sharma is a very aggressive batsman. So it's not a bad ploy to do that.
they did it from both ends, but
Yes, yes.
so
I
it's not
still
just
thought it was not bad.
Maharaj. Yeah.
They won't do it now. I'm sure. अब अगले दो टेस्ट में, अगले दो T20s में नहीं होगा ये.
नहीं कर पाएंगे।
Seeing Samson's form, seeing Surya's form, but I'm happy that there was, while batting में तो एक ही one man show था, but there were a few batsmen, at least Tilak Verma and Surya around him, they played, and there were Chakravarthy and इससे Bishnoi से at least 4-5 players gave a good performance. Broadly by and large एक reasonable team effort था. While this team is not playing in Australia, it's good to have some Indian team winning something. So,
Yes. No, it was overall because the intent was shown by all the not that everybody succeeded. Everybody did not succeed. In fact, I would say because Rinku Singh bhi aaya, I thought, acha ab ye kuch karega. Hardik aaya, something will happen. But they just kept falling. But eventually, as soon as the score had reached, the level of 180, 190 pause gaya tha, so I guess they did not. But ideally, I would have wanted them to push for a 240 or a 2.
yes,
This was possible yesterday.
they must not ignore that bit. That collapse was something that needs to be corrected on.
Corrected. So because otherwise we will again end up relying on that one big innings from somebody.
Which is something we want to avoid, yes.
We don't
It was
want
also good that even when he was approaching 100, he didn't slow down. Samson.
Yeah. No, so good. In fact, he got good support. Tilak Verma did well. I was a little skeptical about Tilak Verma because of late he had not done too much. He was there in the Asia Emerging Cup and he performed very poorly there also. And so before that, I can't remember anything big that he's done. IPL maybe not a big this thing.
Last year he didn't do well.
So I thought, but at least yesterday he performed his duty, so to say, because he was giving the good support. Samne chal raha tha scoring, he kept on hitting. He did not go into shell. Otherwise, that would have put more pressure on.
And I think Surya ने थोड़ा relaxed भी रखा है माहौल. उसने ज़्यादा इतना tense होने नहीं दिया है कुछ.
Yeah.
So
I think where I would give credit to, but earlier I have said Sky. I have my doubts about his captainship, but I think yesterday he did well. The only thing I can point towards is not using Akshar Patel. As having a main bowler in your side and not एक भी over नहीं देना उसको was a little bit of a question mark in my head. But well, all that ends well is
So let's hope for a continuing success, some consistency over the next 3 matches. I think South Africa will bounce back. This is a good T20 team, I would say, South Africa.
Yeah, and not much to experiment. No need to do anything different. If you're winning, just continue doing what you're doing well. So
yes. Cool. वापस मिलते हैं अगले मैच के बाद and hopefully we will have this good news continuing into the next.
Yes, I think a series win is on the cards, especially after you win the first game. Yes. But I will have my fingers crossed and let's see what happens.
Yes.
Cool.